Naomi Osaka is the highest paid female athlete and the second best female tennis player in the world. What does she have to be depressed about?
Welcome back to our Change How You Think weekly video podcast.
If you'd like to hear from us every week, then subscribe to our videos on YouTube or click on the weekly video tab at the top of this webpage. Fill in the subscription form and you'll get our free self-assessment ebook, Healthy Moods, along with your choice of mental, spiritual, or relationship information.
Last week, the tennis world was stunned when Naomi Osaka withdrew from a tournament due to her struggle with depression and anxiety.
Osaka is the highest paid female athlete in the world. Last year, she earned $55 million and she's only 23 years old. She's also the second best female tennis player in the world.
She has astounding athletic talent and is now fabulously rich and famous. So you're probably asking yourself, what could she possibly be depressed or anxious about?
Well, she explained that she experiences huge waves of anxiety before speaking to the media, which fills her with thoughts of self-doubt.
Self-doubt. She's one of the best tennis players in the world. How could she have any self-doubt?
Well, she's admitted she's been struggling with her mental health for almost 3 years, but kept it hidden and just pushed through it, using headphones to distract her from the anxiety.
Why would she need to keep it hidden? If she had diabetes, would she keep that hidden? No, she would likely be a national spokesperson and fundraiser for it.
She kept it hidden because of the stigma attached to mental health conditions like depression and anxiety. So why is there a stigma?
It's because of our definition of maturity. Maturity equals self-control. Self-control comes from being in control of your thoughts and emotions.
If you aren't in control of your thoughts, you won't be in control of your emotions, and that will make you look immature.
No one wants to look immature, so you keep your depression and anxiety hidden so no one knows you're struggling with your thoughts. That way you avoid ridicule and misunderstanding.
If you had diabetes or low thyroid, no one would consider it a reflection of your maturity or self-control, and you could talk about it openly.
But those conditions can be measured. Mental illness can't be measured. It won't show up on x-ray or a blood test, so how can you prove it really exists?
How can you prove you aren't an immature, self-centered, attention-seeking complainer? So best to keep quiet about it.
Another reason for misunderstanding is that while mental illness can be quite severe and disabling, it's an invisible condition. You can look perfectly normal, even be the second best tennis player in the world, while internally struggling.
If you look normal and are functioning, people assume you're fine and have trouble believing you're actually fighting an internal battle.
Sometimes when you explain it to them, they just reply with, "What do you have to be depressed about? Just snap out of it." Well, that would be as useful as telling a short person to just go home and get taller.
Depression or anxiety is not a choice. It's a medical condition that overtakes you like any other illness.
We think the stigma is greater in the Christian community because as Christians, we hold ourselves to a higher standard of mental health. The Bible says to always be joyful, full of hope, and never anxious.
If you can't maintain that due to illness, you must be a weak or even disobedient Christian. No one wants that reputation, so it's best to keep your struggles to yourself.
Mental illness can affect anyone. It's a physical, biological condition, and it affects all races and all income groups.
When brain chemicals are deficient, you lose thought control, which means you lose control of your mood and concentration.
Illnesses like depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder run in families, just like short-sightedness and diabetes. They affect almost 20% of the population, so they're very common.
They are not caused by lack of faith or spiritual weakness.
The good news is that the chemical imbalances can usually be corrected with medication, so thought and mood control can be restored.
So let's end the stigma about mental illness. It's just another common, treatable medical condition. Some people wear glasses for blurred vision. Some take medications for blurred thinking.
If we bring mental illness out of the shadows and talk openly about it like we do about other conditions, more people will get the proper treatment and return to normal life.
We think that's what Jesus would want us to do, don't you?
If you'd like a Christian understanding of mental, emotional, and spiritual conditions, come and join us in Free Your Mind.
Free Your Mind is an online self-study program that will help you change how you think. It will guide you through a pathway of healing mentally, spiritually, and emotionally.
Through 15-minute videos, regular live group coaching calls, an online community forum, and 24-hour access to our entire video library, you can work at your own speed, anytime, from anywhere in the world on any device to begin the life-changing transformation you've been looking for. You can learn more about it using the links below this video.
We'll talk to you next week, but this week, remove the stigma around depression and anxiety.